You're listening to the official Wrestling News Source podcast. For all of your information, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com or check us out on Facebook by searching WrestlingNewsSource.com or WNS Podcast. You can also find us on YouTube, Twitter, Stitcher, and iTunes by searching Wrestling News Source Podcast or WNS Podcast. Now being broadcast in over 45 different countries, here are your hosts, Daniel Herron, Tyler Abear, and Doug.
That's right. What's up, everyone? I am Daniel Herron.
I'm Tyler Abear.
I'm Doug.
And we welcome you to episode 161 of the official podcast for WrestlingNewsSource.com. For all of your information, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com. You can check us out on Facebook, WrestlingNewsSource.com. You can find us on Facebook, WNS Podcast, on YouTube, WNS Video, and on iTunes, Wrestling News Source Podcast.
We're also on Beyond Pod by searching Wrestling News Source Podcast, and we're on Twitter, WNS Podcast, for the main site, WN Source.
We're also on Stitcher, so you can go there.
There you go. So welcome to the show. Got a lot to talk about. Got plenty of feedback. Going to be talking about Raw, give you your hot topics, Q&A, much more to talk about. First, how you guys doing? Doing good? Mm-hmm. Hanging in there? Glad you're not at the Sochi Olympic Games that are going to be taking place this week?
I heard about it. That's dangerous, huh? And also, the
hotels
threats.
not being built.
What?
Like reporters that have to stay in the hotels and stuff like that. They haven't been. They've been building the hotels and they're not done yet. Like there are hotels
they booked it, or
like the officials from Sochi booked all the reporters to stay in a certain hotel that had not been built yet, and so they're in the process of building it. Yeah,
that's weird.
Not very good.
Shaun White backed out.
I heard about that. Injured his wrist. So, Doug, how you doing? You hanging in over there?
I'm all right.
Yeah? You ready to get this thing going so you can go home and take a nap? Go to sleep?
Sure.
All right.
I'm sleepy too.
Yeah? Why are y'all so tired? Should be happy, excited. 161. Good stuff. Anyways, we do have... Okay. Well, we do have some feedback. First off, we would like to thank our buddy Noah being our camera person for this week. Noah! Good stuff. We appreciate it. So, but we do have some feedback. First one, or it's actually... We're going to try and narrow down some of the feedback. So this one's mostly coming from Elizabeth from YouTube. She responded from last week's show saying, first off, guys, I'd like to say that I appreciate the response. It was me that made the comments about Daniel Bryan's popularity last week, and you guys made a very interesting argument regarding the woos and the whats and the WWE match formula. I, too, wish there was less predictable sequences and 5 moves of doom, that they could be free to mix it up a bit. As far as the yes movement and Daniel Bryan's chance, I'd say Daniel Bryan represents a lot of people, the type of guys they'd like to see pushed: Ziggler, Cesaro, Shield, etc. And in all honesty, I was a bit harsh in my criticism of Daniel Bryan. Again, thank you for the response. I'd just like to say that I do very much enjoy listening to your show from all the way across the pond in London, England. Keep it up. So thank you very much. Thank you. We appreciate the comments. How about you, Doug? All good stuff?
Yeah, I mean, thanks for writing us back.
Yeah, certainly appreciate it. We do appreciate all the feedback that we do get on our YouTube videos. Unfortunately, for some reason, some of the comments were deleted, or maybe they just didn't show up. I don't know.
How many?
The last time I checked, we had like 7 or 8 comments, but
I think they're doing something weird with like it says like top comments now.
Yeah, it's
I don't
doing.
know if that means like
it's doing top comments, and then it also says like recent activity, but it only showed us like 2 comments. So it was really interesting. I really wanted to get to the TNA for Life 123 guy and discuss his comments, but unfortunately the comment had been taken down. So oh well.
I know. I mean, I remember the gist of what he said. I can't quote him, but I remember reading it.
Yeah, it was mostly just calling us marks but whatevs.
Yeah. No. He was like, these guys are WWE marks, and they're blaming the fans for turning on the matches at the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we were pretty outspoken about the way the crowds act in those situations. But as far as being WWE marks, I mean, if your name is TNA 1 2 3 4, I mean, those jokes.
TNA for Life 1 2 3.
Yeah, those jokes write themselves. I don't know that we need to respond to that.
Mm-hmm. So, anywho, but But we do appreciate all the feedback that we get, even if it's negative, because it shows that people are listening and they want to take the time to reach out to us. So we do appreciate it. But something really cool happened this weekend. It was National Pro Wrestling Day. I tried to watch it, but I was stuck here at work and the computer was being very glitchy. It was like watching a slideshow. I was only getting a picture every 2 or 3 seconds, and it was bad. But so I didn't get to catch all of it.
Well, we were supposed to watch together. We had a plan.
Yeah.
Because I have Chromecast, and one thing it doesn't say on there, and I didn't know this, when there's a live feed on YouTube, it can't be played through Chromecast. So we were playing through our phones at first. We were watching it. Then I tried to get the iPad that my mom had, and it kept on doing something weird where it would buffer, but it would get blurry. So I would refresh it, go back and refresh it, and it'll be all right. Then it'll get blurry again. So
trying to process everything.
And, so Doug went back to his apartment, and I just watched it on my phone. So
yeah, but it was really cool. What I really liked about it was that they reached their goal like 20 minutes in. Like I think that the event started and they were already at like 90%. But Doug, what did you think about National Pro Wrestling Day? A lot of excitement there towards the end, I heard.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're speaking about them reaching their goal. Their goal was to try and raise $5,000 US dollars for the Against Malaria Foundation. I think they ended up raising over 7,000, which was the final count. Which I think I read on their message board. I think they said that would end up helping like 4,000 and something people.
Very cool.
In Africa with nets. I believe it's Africa with nets for malaria. Which is really cool. I mean, I donated on our behalf because we watched the stream or whatever. But I don't know. Yeah, it was a cool, fun day. I mean, basically all the storylines for Chikara and Wrestling Is kind of coalesced, and basically there was a big Uber showdown between all the Chikara roster members and basically all these Rudos who have been kind of shutting down all these Wrestling Is like companies that sort of represent aspects of Chikara, and in fact spell Chikara if you take their names. But but it was super cool, and I think a lot of people are glad. I mean, I think once we started getting the Ashes videos and we've started just other interaction online, I think we knew eventually we were going to get Chikara back. It was just a question of when, and was it actually going to be called Chikara and whatnot. But we are, in fact, getting Chikara back. And it was very cool. Not only did the Chikara roster kind of show up to ward off these, like, Uber Rudo team. I guess we're calling the Flood, but we don't necessarily know that it's for sure called the Flood. But we know we then got an actual Chikara main event with Icarus and the Colony and the Osirian Portal versus Los Ice Creams and the Batiri. And it was a fun time and 4 good calls. And I mean, I'm just happy to have Chikara back. I know they're coming back in May. I know people were hoping that they would maybe make the Mania weekend shows, and I know certainly I was, because we would be in town for that. But, it's just cool that they're back. I don't know. I'm just happy that they're back, and looking forward to picking up where they left off. The story's not over, obviously, but
the crowd went nuts whenever they appeared. I saw the return vehicle where they showed up in the DeLorean, and the crowd was going nuts, and they had this big brawl and stuff. But yeah, Chikara is returning May 25th, so the day before my birthday. Really cool stuff.
Yeah, it was fun just to watch and everything. And I'm like, I knew about some of these guys. I've seen some of them wrestle, on the internet and TV and stuff. But I don't know a lot of it compared to Doug. But I'm jumping in. When it comes back, and I'm gonna be all in it, all up in that.
I think we're gonna be getting an pay-per-view for the return show. Aptly named "You Only Live Twice," but it's not formally announced. But I'm hoping. They're almost sold out. Tickets went on sale 2 days ago. And they're almost sold out of tickets. So I think everyone's hoping and probably expecting pay-per-view for the return. So
just goes to show you don't have to have a wrestling match to be entertaining.
Well, they took a lot of big chances. It was a unique storyline for sure. They undoubtedly lost some fans along the way who weren't willing to follow that kind of a story, or that felt that it wasn't worth their time if there wasn't a wrestling show at the end of the day. But I think they've also gained a lot of fans, and they've opened some eyes and maybe like reignited some passion for the product.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's only up from here. I think it's they took some risks. I think it's going to pay off for them. So.
Yeah, definitely. I know Tyler's been talking about wanting to get into it if they would return, and now it seems that they will. I'd like to get into it as well, just because it seems like a very good storytelling, as well as wrestling matches. It's more than just what's happening in the ring that tells the story. So it's really good. If you get the chance, check it out. But yeah, so Chikara is back. Good stuff. But it's time to dive into what happened on Raw as we get closer to the Elimination Chamber, even closer to WrestleMania. Right around the corner, guys. Not too far away. We're like 60 days, I think.
Had to do it.
But we kicked things off with Randy Orton coming out and basically whining to the authority, saying, why are you doing all this stuff to me? And they're saying, oh, well, maybe we need to reevaluate who the face of the company is, and maybe it should be Daniel Bryan, and he's going to face you tonight in your opening match or in the main event. And maybe he could be the face of the company. So who knows? Well, it was kind of a short segment. Anything to really take away from it? I don't think so.
I want to go into, I guess it's the app exclusive that we posted about Michael Cole talking to Triple H.
Yeah.
And what, he was asking him all the questions and stuff, and Triple H pretty much said that, Randy Orton is the face of the company. I don't think he believes in himself. He, has confidence issues. So I'm going to, pretty much push him and, show him where he needs to go and stuff.
Trying to
motivate
him.
So in that video, he was definitely a heel, Triple H. But
yeah, that's one thing I'm not liking about the authority is that they're doing this on the fence. Are we good? Are we bad? We're sounding like we're good, but we're actually being assholes, or we're doing bad things, but we're being nice about it. I really don't like it. And the only thing that makes me think of is the conversation or the news break that happened a few weeks ago where they were saying there's not going to be heels and faces anymore. It's just going to be whatever. I don't like that. But do you guys get that feeling with the way that Triple H and Stephanie have been acting over the past few weeks? It's like one week you get one thing, the next week you get another.
There's flip-flopping.
Yeah, definite flip-flop.
Yeah, I don't think there are very many guys with like clearly defined characters.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like maybe so. Maybe I'm wrong to say that, but there are certainly a fair share of guys who don't have clearly defined characters. Authority being one,
Miz being one.
True.
Kind of what they're doing with the Shield right now. They're trying to turn them face to go up against the Wyatt family, but still maintain a heelish persona.
Like I don't mind attempting to show character depth or layers of a character, but when you can only spend so much time with each character per episode per week, that doesn't necessarily come across clearly, and it just kind of muddies the waters too much.
Yeah, it's just I'd like to see. Yes, this is a good guy. Yes, this is a bad guy. You should boo the bad guy, cheer the good guy. It's just I don't know. It's too much.
But it's strange for sure.
Yeah, but that takes us into the first matchup. Shield going up against Rey Mysterio, Big E Langston, Kofi Kingston. I thought it was a very solid match from all parts. Once again, the Shield doing a really good job. Dean Ambrose ended up tagging himself in order to get the win. Roman Reigns none too happy about that, and it continued their arguing. Which prompted a promo from the Wyatt family, basically challenging them. We know that they're going to be facing each other at Elimination Chamber. So I don't know. I like the interaction between the Wyatts and the Shield.
I feel like I'm still on for sure, but I think I'm slowly coming over to it. I don't know. I feel strange. I don't know how I can describe it.
Yeah,
but I think it may be good. So.
How about you, Doug?
As far as what?
As far as this Shield versus Wyatt family, two heel teams going up against each other.
I feel like they rushed it.
Maybe that's
what I'm
feeling.
I think at least they could have stretched it out to Mania. I feel like that's a good Mania match, unless you're gonna do the Shield breakup blow off at Mania itself, and that would be Roman Reigns coming out party. But I felt like they kind of rushed it, and I don't know. It felt like it could be like a lot more important than it is if they had given it some more time to play out.
Yeah. I mean, it's the feud that everyone's been wanting to see. So, I kind of agree with you. This would have been a good payoff for WrestleMania. But instead it looks like they're going to have the whole Cena versus Bray and all that. And I haven't heard any plans for what they're going to do with the Shield. So maybe that's what they'll have.
I think they're thinking triple threat.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, as far as Mania, you mean?
Yeah.
I think they're thinking triple threat or.
Well, I heard
maybe
talks of bringing in Mason Ryan to be sort of the new third person in the Shield. Like they would continue it and just bring in Mason Ryan.
I heard that too. I thought you meant as far as like match at Mania.
Yeah,
guys.
That's why maybe they would do a triple threat match for the U.S. title or something.
Well, I think they're maybe gonna try to unify the belts and or put them like all up on the line somehow.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I feel like the whole Shield like has been done like extremely well, and they've slow burned everything, and I feel like we kind of know those guys because they have developed their characters in like a really unique way for the WWE because they've taken the time to do it.
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, we need these guys to mean something, so this week we need to make them mean something. They've kind of gradually became this thing, and that's cool. And but I don't know if like the Wyatts mean as much as they want them to mean right now.
Right.
They're kind of just trying to shoehorn them into meaning something to make this feud that people want to see, sure, but it doesn't. I don't know.
You
I
need
still
to
think
have
it's a
an
little rushed.
importance to it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the Wyatts are going to end up getting with the rub of going over the Shield and probably breaking them up.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe in a sense they're going to build the Wyatts in that way. But
Yeah, who knows? We'll have to see where that leads up. But the Shield do end up defeating Rey Mysterio, Big E, and Kofi Kingston. Next up, we got to see Bad News Barrett come out and tell us how we're all eating bad food and stuff like that. And then Jerry the King Lawler says, "Well, I've got bad news for you. I hope you're not here next week." And that made no sense to me.
They're not going to let him wrestle. They're
No.
not they're not going to let Jerry wrestle.
Not at all. And it would be foolish for them to do that. I don't know what they were planning for that. Was it just something? Hey, we need to have something, or it doesn't make any sense. I don't know, but they need to come up with something fast as far as writing goes. The next matchup, we got to see Christian versus Jack Swagger. I actually missed this matchup. I had to go to the store for something. But what did you guys think about it? I heard it was a pretty good showing.
I didn't see it.
No?
it was fine. I mean, it was mostly. I mean, I guess they used it to I guess give Christian some shine going into the chamber and tease further the American split.
Yeah.
I don't
Breaking
know.
up all these tag teams all of a sudden.
I know. I mean, like.
Well, okay.
Well, the whole there was. I don't know if it was this match or the cage match where they were making a point to say like how hot the tag division was, and they were like who names the teams, and like so they go Usos, and then the next thing they pull out was Los Matadores, and then they pull out 3MB because every other fucking tag team they have they're breaking up or teasing breaking them up right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. And I don't know why
Pound Town players, man.
Yeah.
Oh man,
they're
man.
done. They're done.
They're
Yep.
done. They weren't doing nothing, and that stuff happened, and like.
I mean, I don't know. It's weird for sure.
It's gonna be
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
what I miss.
It's like playing to the fucking camera.
Yeah, I know.
You're gonna get that a lot.
Get it out of your system. I mean, if you need to stand there and just
What? No,
pose.
has that been 3 times or 4 times? Was that? 3?
I've caught you once doing it at least. So
I'm sorry.
Like I could get used to like Noah like being around doing that, but when Tyler's like, "Oh hey, what's up, guys?" It's like that's fucking distracting to me.
Okay, I'll stop.
this
I'll
isn't
stop.
the
I'll
office.
stop.
This isn't the office where you can just make the weird little glances and just be like,
Dude, now you do something. What's up, man?
having a good time. All right.
Okay, I'm done. I got it out of my system. Okay.
Bull. You know we're gonna see it like 5 or 6 more
Noah's
times.
trying to get me to do it again
Noah,
I have a-
stop egging him on.
because I will do it. No, I have a question. You know how? Well, I don't know if he saw it, but like what I was talking about the app exclusive when they said Randy Orton's gonna face eventually all his opponents.
Yeah. Running the gauntlet in a sense.
Because he said Cena's, was it next Raw or SmackDown?
Yeah,
Whatever.
it's going to be Christian this Friday, Cena on Monday.
When's he going to do Cesaro?
Probably on SmackDown.
Cesaro needs to win that shit.
See, I was, I don't want to give away spoilers, but I will anyways. I was gonna be under the assumption that Orton was gonna lose every single one of his matches, leading to Elimination Chamber, so that it would have been, it could be any one of them who's gonna end up beating the champion. Who's gonna be? And that would lead to Orton.
I want Cesaro to win over Orton. What are you doing?
He's moving you out of the way. I don't know. I'm gonna have to initiate him for real.
You fourth wall breaking motherfucker.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What's going on? There's nothing here.
There's just this wall just pushing you to the side. It's so weird. But yeah, I mean, going back to the Christian and Swagger match, it looks like they're booking Swagger to constantly lose to anger Zeb, while they're getting Cesaro on a sort of a hot streak, leading into his chamber match. So I don't know what they're planning to do as far as the breakup. I mean, I'd like to see. I did see a comment that does make sense. They have enough faces right now, so it would probably be best to keep Cesaro a heel. But I'd like to see him try a face run.
I think he'll be good at that. He'll be good at anything. But I think after Mania, they need to
go their separate ways.
I mean, I don't know what they got for him for Mania and stuff, but I think they should put a lot of focus on him.
Yeah. But
I don't necessarily know that I believe that they have enough. They're heavy on the babyface side. I don't necessarily know that I believe that. And I mean, certainly he's like more like suited to be the babyface of the team. Like people are gonna want to cheer him, so you might as well babyface him. I don't know why Swagger's the guy who's gonna get babyface.
Yeah, I hope not. It's not. It wouldn't be a good fit. I mean,
Swagger's never been a.
No, he's never has.
No.
I sort of like the whole like Sworn Eagle shit. But
oh man, so they'll bring back Chavo.
What was that, Chavo?
Yeah, they'll bring back Chavo for that, and then he
he's
can.
out of TNA.
Yep, and he can reignite his feud with Hornswoggle. That'll be.
We need Curran White.
No. So next matchup, we got to see New Age Outlaws versus Cody and Goldust inside a steel cage. Except the rules were a little bit different. You can't win the match by escaping the cage. So traditional tag match inside of a cage to keep Lesnar out, who wasn't even on the show. I thought this was a pretty strong matchup. I dug the moonsault from the top of the cage, but it was pretty clear that Road Dogg did not catch him. They tried to say, oh, he caught him, but he wasn't the legal man. It's like, no, he didn't even get close. He grazed his arm because Road Dogg moved out of the way. But what were y'all's thoughts on the matchup?
The match was fine. I hate Cody's moonsault though. I wish he would stop doing it.
No,
he does it like super. He always bothers me when he does it because he always feels like he's just like leap of faithing backwards on somebody and like expecting
someone catch me,
because a guy will like at least like make it feel like he's like, okay, I know that guy's there. I'm gonna hit him when I flip. But Cody just looks like he stands up there and he goes, I'm just gonna jump over backwards and hope someone may catch me. I may hit someone. It looks like a blind faith like every time. In the sense that it like he's not sure he's gonna hit anybody at all. You know what I mean? He's just like gonna flip backwards.
Especially on this one because he looked at the top of the cage, climbed up there, kind of looked at the fans, was like, I gotta do it, and then just jumped. You're like, oh, okay, here we go. But yeah,
But he's not. He doesn't like get up and like say like, I know I got a guy there, or I know a guy's behind me.
He doesn't look back.
He doesn't
and
like give him a look where he's like, I know I'm about to hit this guy. He's like, I'm gonna jump. Maybe I'll hit somebody. Maybe I'll fall on my head.
Something's getting hit, and it's gonna hurt. So here we go. But New Age Outlaws end up defeating Cody and Goldust.
Oh, you didn't know?
I did know because I watched it. So Cody and Goldust are now out of the title picture, which begs the question: who's going to be next up in line? I think
Usos.
Yeah, the Usos are probably your next best bet.
Gotta be Usos.
It has to because there's no one else.
Yeah. I mean, you can put R-Truth and Xavier Woods.
Yeah, I guess.
So,
yeah.
But I think the Usos probably have a little more credibility at this point in time. So
Primetime players are no more.
no, primetime players no more. No more millions of dollars. And speaking of the primetime players, Titus O'Neil coming out for the next matchup, going up against Zack Ryder. Because if you didn't see on SmackDown, Titus O'Neil upset that they lost to Rybaxel. So what are you doing? Oh, anyways. So Titus O'Neil decided to attack Darren Young, saying that he's going out on his own. So I mean, this was a basic squash match. Zack Ryder did, his normal broski boot, lose 30 seconds later. Anything to really take away from it? What did you think about the entrance music that he used?
Didn't fit him.
No, it doesn't.
That was weird.
It did.
I think he kind of. I'm not gonna say he sucks as a heel, but like he's like more appealing to me as a babyface. Like I don't know. I think it. So fucking distracting, guys.
Well, he was asking if he stopped recording. Or not.
What's the issue, Noah? What's the issue? They can't hear you.
Give me the camera. I'm gonna.
Here you go.
These motherfuckers.
Oh, this is dangerous. So you were saying, Doug,
Oh, this is distracting.
about Titus?
I just think he's like better as a babyface.
Yeah, Titus is better at babyface,
For sure.
but you got to make it a win. So, how about you, Tyler? What do you think about this squash match?
Look at this lazy.
I don't know. I don't really have nothing to say about it.
Nothing to say? Okay, well, maybe we'll have something to say about what happened next. A dance contest between Emma and Summer Rae featuring
do have something to
Santino
say
and
about that.
Fandango.
Name like one time where a dance contest was a good idea.
When I was in it, but
But you lost.
The outcome was poor. So
I voted for you.
thank you. I appreciate that. Other than that, there's no real point. It's supposed to be entertaining, and it's, let the kids laugh at how bad someone can dance, blah, blah, blah. But this is not a way to bring someone in for their debut. Like,
No.
that's not how you're supposed to do it.
Well, her gimmick is that she's kind of a quirky dancer.
But it was
still that's
no.
yeah.
Have her at least attack Summer Rae and then do the dance or something. I don't know. I didn't like it. I don't think that's the best way to bring someone in. So, you doing it?
Yeah.
All right.
on
You're just a little camera whore, aren't you?
Maybe.
So, anyways, next up we got to see Sheamus
Somebody fucking pay attention to Tyler.
going up against
Jesus Christ.
Curtis Axel. See, this is
Kid
what
needs some
this is
attention.
what he does when you don't hear him. He's just doing stuff. So we got to see Sheamus going up against Curtis Axel. Tyler, what did you think about this matchup? Ryback was on the outside. He didn't get involved in any way.
I didn't
but,
see this part.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. How about you, Doug? What did you think?
I stopped paying attention. I'm being the cameraman. I
Okay.
don't know what you're talking about.
All right, Sheamus versus Curtis Axel.
I have nothing to contribute.
Okay, so that takes us next to Batista coming out, and he was getting
What's all
ready.
this?
He was getting ready to make some sort of announcement or something, and he got booed out of the building. Del Rio comes out and is basically saying, "Hey, while you've been gone, I've been here every day. Why should you get this chance? And I'm basically going to hurt you." Blah blah blah. He ends up attacking him.
Well, I liked it when he did all that, and Batista's like, pretty much like, "Why are you doing this? Why are you mad at me?" And then he just like texts him out of nowhere,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, that's awesome."
Yeah.
And then Batista tried to do that Batista bomb. He rolls out. I was like, I thought that was cool as hell.
Mm-hmm. So, the hardest thing is trying to make Del Rio seem like a viable contender if he faces Batista at Elimination Chamber. It's going to be difficult to make it seem like Del Rio has a chance because they're going to book him just to get just demolished. And
Did you read something about Del Rio may not?
yes,
be with the
once his contract is up, he is saying that he's going to be.
Is that in the Hot Topics?
Yes.
Oh.
He's gonna leave once his contract is up. Apparently, he's been really good with his money and hasn't been worrying about it. So when he's done, he's done. Which we kind of knew that when he first signed. He signed, I think, a 5-year deal or something like that, and he was like, "Once I'm done, that's it. I don't want to do anymore." So I mean, we kind of knew this was coming.
Yeah.
But who knows?
But
I
he
know,
most likely won't get the win over Batista.
no, not at all. Nor should he. Leading to the matchup for Batista at Mania. You got to book him. I mean, you can give Del Rio some offense, but other than that, it's not going to happen. Doug, would you like to contribute any, or are you still focusing on?
No, I mean, I felt like this show, like you saw how thin the roster may be. You didn't have Cena, you didn't have Punk. Yeah, let him hold it so he can quit playing. I don't know. It just felt like the roster felt thin and light with no Cena, no Punk.
Yeah.
You got Bryan, like Orton's. Everyone's kind of down on Orton. He's kind of still.
No Cena, no Punk, no Big Show, no Lesnar, no Mark Henry.
Well, I think Henry's coming back next week.
Yes.
Right? So, and Cena should be back next week.
Yes. Yeah, he's going to be facing
something
Orton.
with his eye.
Yeah.
But they had bad eyes with They had bad luck with eyes this week. Am I right?
Yeah. Especially in the Divas match. And Roman Reigns getting that nasty cut that needed some stitches. So
Yeah, but I mean, the show felt like weird, and the roster definitely feels thin without those guys.
yeah, it was weird seeing.
You talk shit on Cena and like people. I mean, I'm fine with him being away, but I don't know. It certainly feels like something was
Presence
missing
was
from the show.
noticeable.
Yeah, him and Bonk and Lesnar.
Yeah,
So,
and the crowd definitely decided to take over.
I don't think so. I think
Well,
they tried,
yeah.
but it was that really like.
We'll try and get it going, and then
But it seemed so fake and half-hearted and disingenuous. It was like, okay, guys, we know CM Punk is gone, so we're gonna chant CM Punk. Make sure you do it, guys. It's gonna be cool, okay?
they do it for like 10 seconds
Yeah,
and it died out.
and then well, Orton kind of killed him like early. He started off and he was like, "No, fuck y'all. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna like bully through my promo," and they
Yeah.
were like, "Oh, okay." And that's how you can tell it wasn't like a real genuine thing. It wasn't like we miss Punk. Like it was like we know Punk is gone, so we know we have to chant Punk because he's not here. And there's this whole thing, and it's like
Be disruptive.
it's so disingenuous. You
Yeah.
can tell if you can be bullied like that quickly, then you know that you don't mean it, right?
Mhm.
It was just the crowd being marks for themselves.
Yeah. So, but I mean, at least they were vocal, at certain points.
I don't know. I thought they like tried to get their smarmy bullshit in, and when they
Yeah.
couldn't, they sat on their fucking hands.
The thing that drew me out from it was whenever they started chanting JBL and Jerry and all that during one of the matches. I'm like, this is not helping anyone. If you're going to be doing this, that's not the way to do it, because you're trying to say this is what we want. We want CM Punk to return. You guys made a terrible mistake. Oh, but we're going to distract ourselves and chant JBL.
It's crazy because more and more audiences seem to go that way.
Yeah, and it's getting pretty sad how they do stuff like that. But it was just weird. But it was just really weird. That was really weird. So I don't even know.
What's going on?
What's going on here, indeed?
Thank you.
Okay.
I
I
filmed
mean,
that guy.
I was doing his
I know.
I filmed him.
good job, Amber.
Jerk. So next up, we got to see the Wyatts
I'm so proud of that.
going up
I
against
filmed
Archer. It's like that dark and mysterious. I filmed him. It's like I'm going to be watching him later tonight. Just you kind of worry me there, Barry. Oh, look, he's going for like dynamic angles and all that. And
Tyler definitely Samuel Shaw to that guy.
I got this shit.
So next up, we got to see the Wyatt family going up against R-Truth, Dolph Ziggler, Xavier Woods.
I got the fucking Does anybody watch TNA? No one got the Samuel.
I did.
Shaw
I got
joke?
it. And he was collecting the hair of Christy Hemme, going into his basement or whatever it was.
All right.
Which, by the way,
I didn't get it.
what is all?
I know you didn't get it.
You can only suspend my disbelief for so far because,
When she's in there watching the vignettes.
yeah, and like the security cameras that have crystal clear picture and they pick up sound and all that. Like,
See, that doesn't bother me, but what would bother me is if she's in the arena, you can't show that on the screen while she's out there. You can bring her to the back and maybe show it while she's not out there,
Yeah.
but
Anyways. All right, Wyatt family defeats R-Truth, Ziggler, and Woods. Miz came out, and when was that? What match was that? Was that during the Zack Ryder match?
say that again.
When the Miz came out and grabbed the commentary headset and was like, "Really, this is happening?" And then he threw it down and walked away.
It was after, I think it was Titus and Zack Ryder.
That's what I'm thinking. Where he was basically like, "Really, Ryder's on the card and I'm not tonight," or something. I don't know. There's supposed talks of the Miz and Ziggler becoming a tag team. Don't do it.
What's that? They had a exclusive interview with like Ziggler, and he was like, "I'm tired of everything." Did you watch it?
Yes, I did see that Ziggler promo.
Too many fucking guys have the gimmick of "I'm not happy with my spot in the company."
That's not good.
Enough people have that gimmick. Stop that.
I'm not sure if it's a gimmick, but did you happen to see?
Well, if you play it into a storyline, it becomes a gimmick.
Yeah, that's true.
All the stuff they do these days, like I believe that it's gimmick because they get away with it, and like all the stuff that WWE does, it's like back in the past. I'm surprised like they wouldn't do that. Like I want to bring up, it may be part of Hot Topics, but Doug's face is blocked.
I'm just watching you talk.
I'm watching him like talk to us through the screen.
Make sure y'all are on it.
This is clearly not going to be like.
This is not going to be a constant thing.
No, this is new.
I already feel like we kind of rushed through the show, and Tyler is easily distracted.
You know that link I sent y'all about the Ring of Honor, them like acknowledging
About the
Ring
cats,
of Honor
selfies.
Well, I did that too, but no. You threw me off. About the Ring of Honor, they have an article on WWE.com. They interviewed like Colt, Daniel Bryan, Seth Rollins,
Yes.
Gabe Sapolsky, and
Yes.
Antonio Cesaro. But that's just, I think that was kind of weird, but cool though.
Yeah.
They talked about stuff that influenced the Ring of Honor influence. I was like, oh, okay. So
Like
things are
they-
changing.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's good to acknowledge the past for once instead of, acknowledge that there is another company out there. So, that used to be taboo. But, yeah, so after the Wyatts end up defeating R-Truth, Ziggler, and Woods, the Shield pop up on screen basically saying, "Hey, we're not afraid of you in your rocking chair, whatever, bring it." And Bray screaming out, "I welcome this war, bring it to me." So I really like that, just the interactions that they're having where, during each other's matches, the other team will pop up on the screen and sort of, taunt the other one. But anything really to take away from the matchup?
I don't know, not really. Felt like a really lackluster week.
Yeah. I felt like, the Shield Wyatt interaction and the main event and like the Cody moonsault were the only real thing to talk about in this episode of Raw. The rest was kind of filler. And I saw a lot of comments agreeing with that as well. A good majority of it was filler. But the next matchup, we got to see Naomi going up against Oksana with AJ ringside on commentary. And I'm glad they didn't do the shtick where AJ makes a joke at JR saying, "Oh, I'm too young for you," and all that they've done. King, yes. Who did I say?
JR.
Oh, sorry.
JR.
Yeah. So, yeah, that would be pretty weird too. But Naomi ends up defeating Oksana. Oksana delivered a nasty knee to the eye of Naomi.
There was a lot of weird announcer banter. It's like it's like more and more prevalent that they just
don't care.
Well, like even during the Christian thing, they were talking about like King was saying how he thought he was kind of handsome, and like JBL was like, no, he's ugly. They do he brought up the blue dot thing, which was like a legit thing where Vince thought Christian was ugly and wanted to put a blue dot over his head while he was on TV. Like for real, like not not as a joke. That was like a real thing that he wanted to do because he thought Christian was ugly.
Wow.
And they referenced that on it's like inside jokes and like distractions, and I don't know, it's totally weird. Like it's totally distracting.
It's not even telling a story anymore. It's them just griping at one another.
It's not it's not that
He's Mexico's greatest export. Ole, what's up?
they're not even. It's not that they're like not putting over the match and they're talking about the angle. They aren't even putting over the fucking angle.
Yeah.
They're not talking about the
Avery?
match or the angle. I don't know.
Yeah. Getting tired there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Oh,
hands
you
are-
got a guy right there that we asked to be our cameraman. And,
Okay, time for you to
yeah, break's over, bud.
break it.
Sorry. But
Dishes are done, man.
It's the
but
first and last time we do this.
as far as, well, no, we're going to do it for WrestleMania predictions for Ben
Oh,
as well.
You
He'll
think
love
I'll
that.
be posing for it? He'll probably be posing for it.
He'll be hugging you. But what did you think about the Naomi Oksana matchup and the knee to the eye? I thought that was really
She got her
concerning.
fucking eye busted up.
Yeah. So
Did you see the? I saw a picture of I guess she tweeted a picture of it, and it looked nasty.
was it swollen up really bad?
Boom. Yeah.
Ugh. That's not good. But
She should be the number one contender.
she should.
I'll take out my competition.
Who are you referring to, Naomi or
No,
Oksana?
Oksana.
Oksana? No. But it does beg the question: will AJ get a shot, or will Naomi get a shot against AJ at the Elimination Chamber for the Divas title? Because it's been a while since AJ's really defended. So
Yeah.
do you think that could be a possibility? I mean, obviously it could be a possibility, but will it happen?
Well, they were building to her, and if she like broke her orbital bone or anything like that, probably not.
Yeah.
But she finished the match, man.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of slowed down after that because
Well, she was definitely like, "Oh fuck, my head is bashed."
oh
in."
my eye.
But I mean, she hit the like moonsault and everything afterwards. So
Yeah.
I mean, she toughed it out, but I don't know if she's legit injured. I could see them just not having the match.
Yeah. So, but we'll have to see.
Because if it looks like they were setting up anything, it looked like they were setting up her. So
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they could pass it over to
Oksana.
her partner in Tons of Funk, or not her
Funkadactyl.
Funkadactyl.
Her
partner.
fellow Funkadactyl.
All I have in my head is their like Total Divas names. They're like,
Cameron.
yeah,
Okay.
that's what I mean.
Are you getting ready for season 2?
I think it's in March, huh?
Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
So the return of the jingle. Final matchup: Daniel Bryan going up against Randy Orton. This one was, I believe, a 30-something minute match. Really good stuff. These two have had really good chemistry. I feel they work, they gel really well together, and they got a lot of time on Raw to show what they can do. So they got to target the shoulder, target the leg, and I felt like they did a really good job telling their stories. Kane came out, tried to what appeared
Corporate Kane.
yeah, corporate Kane. They're just calling, King is just calling him that now. He's not Kane. He's corporate Kane. Make sure you get it right. But Daniel Bryan ends up attacking Kane and then did the dive to Kane and Orton, but ended up defeating Randy Orton, which is really good sign, I guess. I'm not sure. And then Orton and Kane attacked, and Kane did the pyro. And
Also, like they're like acknowledging stuff. Or well, JBL's like, oh, it's part of the Yes movement, or
Mhm.
I don't know. I guess they're helping
Daniel Bryan along.
a little bit. I guess
know.
I don't know.
But what did you think about the matchup, Doug?
I mean, the match was good. Anytime you give Brian enough time to tell a story, he'll tell a fucking story, and a good one
Mhm.
at that. So
Yeah.
you have to suck dick to get a bad match out with Brian. I mean, like if you can't have a good match with Brian, you can't have a good match.
Oh, Great
Yeah.
Khali had a good match with.
What I did like,
That sounded horrible. I didn't mean like that in a sexist or homophobic way. I just mean like you suck. You suck.
it's just a saying. It's
Right.
the phrase.
Sorry.
But one thing that I did like at the end of the matchup was, Brian was obviously selling his shoulder. The ref went to raise his arm. He's like, no, raise the other one. Okay, yeah. And then, he got up on the turnbuckle and did the yes chant with one arm. So really good stuff from these two. I haven't seen a whole lot of people complaining about these two having a matchup. I know Cena and Orton is going to happen again next week, which I think could be okay, but I know the fans are tired of seeing it. Whereas with Daniel Bryan facing Randy Orton, it doesn't seem to be that case. But so that pretty much closes out Raw. Time to go into the hot topics. It was being reported that CM Punk signs were being taken away during Raw. There were reports that came out earlier saying that people had been ejected, but those had been false.
Bullshit.
Yeah. So
they're taking him off of a lot of stuff.
but they're
Well-
still selling his T-shirt.
Yeah,
So trying to
Gotta
make
get
some
that
money,
money.
I guess.
there's little things that I've noticed that because some of the things I missed on Raw, I went on the WWE app,
Mm-hmm.
and what pops up first is like My Universe, I think like recent news, Raw and SmackDown.
Right.
For Raw, CM Punk's face is on it,
Mm-hmm.
and SmackDown is AJ Lee. I looked at today, Raw is John Cena,
Yeah.
and SmackDown is AJ Lee. They took that off. The list of people who are in Ring of Honor, that article,
Mm-hmm.
they don't name CM Punk. Colt Cabana talks about CM Punk, but they don't name him.
Huh. Man, they just cut him out. But there are talks about him, possibly, or Mr. McMahon, Vince McMahon, trying to reach out to CM Punk to try and get him back, where Triple H is not, too worried about Punk coming back. But Tyler, I know you did mention before the show, your thoughts on CM Punk, on whether he should come back or not. So,
Just a little thing. I just feel like, we don't know really, what's going on backstage or whatever, but we've heard about his, complaints in the past and all that stuff and all the things, people coming in, Batista and all them stuff getting, over. Most likely he's built up his money and all that stuff. He should walk away from WWE.
but should he walk away for good, like with everything, or
For a long period of time. Well, there's a part of me that says forever, but
Jason
never
David
say
Frank
never.
is still out there?
Never say never, but yeah, Jason David Frank. I liked his page on Facebook, and he says he heard about CM Punk all stuff. If that's the case, he wants to fight him in MMA,
Very
all
cool.
that stuff. So, I am down for that.
Yeah.
But I think he should go away. No, I'm not saying like go away, CM Punk, because I like him, but
Happy
get
retirement.
away from the machine for a little bit,
Yeah.
the company. So,
How about you, Doug?
Uh,
Should CM Punk return?
he'll return.
But
I-
should he?
Well, it depends on what he wants. Does he want to wrestle and make money, or does he want to be done?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're asking me exactly.
I don't know. I was just kind of.
I mean, it's
Bring it
like,
to
do you
you.
think like are you saying like, do I commend his like moral stance or something? Like, I don't know. Like, we don't know like the reality of the situation.
yeah, we don't. So,
Yeah, that is.
And I mean, all the fans that are like upset about it have to understand that he walked out. They didn't tell him to go
Mhm.
home. He went home.
Yeah.
On his own accord. So if you felt like, it becomes, do you think that he's right for sticking up for what he wants? Like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a murky situation, especially how they're defined as like independent contractors. I don't know. Like, I mean, sure, part of me says it's cool to stand up for what you want or what you believe in. But I mean, I don't know. Like, Brian stuck it out. He didn't necessarily get what he wants, and the fans are.
Still
You know.
behind him.
Yeah, I mean, like, if someone's going to claim injustice, it would have to be someone who's like didn't get what they want and stuck around, not someone who didn't get what they want and went home. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, by all accounts, he's saved his money. He's not in any financial trouble, so he can do that. I mean, he's afforded that. So I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I don't. I mean, if you're asking me to like either praise or like boo him, like I don't have a stance really. I mean, just because we don't know the reality of the situation.
Right.
I mean, I don't know.
I guess as stories develop, we'll continue to make sure to share them and all that. But we do have some more hot topic news. The WWE Network has announced that over 400 WWE, WCW, and ECW pay-per-views will be available on the network at the time of launch, including, and this is where the worrisome part comes, the pay-per-view that included Owen Hart's accident. There hasn't been any talk at the moment.
That will be
on-
edited out.
that would be the biggest concern, I think, for a lot of people on if that was going to be edited out or not, or if it was going to be in its entirety. And it also poses the question: will Chris Benoit have the same treatment? Will he be edited out from all the pay-per-views that he is involved in, or what will they do with that kind of situation?
I don't think so. I think they're going to show him.
Yeah, and just edit out like the audio, because I know they did that. What was the DVD that I just got? It may have been like the commemorative box set of of Raw, where they'll take out just the commentary during certain parts.
Well, see, like the reality of the situation is enough time has passed where people can objectively say it's not so close to home anymore that you can sit back and say, yeah, just because he's a really good wrestler doesn't mean it's okay to kill someone.
Right,
It doesn't just being an awesome wrestler doesn't like justify killing people.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like the real truth of the matter is if he was a shitty wrestler, we wouldn't even be having this discussion because
That's true.
no one would give a fuck. The only reason people are so invested in it is because he was a really good wrestler.
Mhm.
So it becomes this like murky thing. Is like, oh no, he's really good and I like him, but he killed people. So
Bad.
now you're like internalizing, like, is it okay to like the like artistic expression of someone who murdered people?
Yeah.
So that's like you internalize that and deal with that on your own. I think enough time has passed where people say just because he's had good matches doesn't mean it excuses him killing people.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't excuse him whatsoever, but
No.
you know, there are still people out there who would like to see his matches and, you know, go back and at least appreciate that much.
Well, I don't-
guess, but I don't know.
Well,
It's still a touchy subject.
No, I don't have a problem either way. Even if they were to blur him out of existence, I'm not going to get up in arms about it. I don't care.
Mhm.
Like I completely understand and could support that.
Yeah.
And I could also support them saying, "Well, look, just because this dude killed people doesn't mean that." Like you, are you serious? You know, Chris Benoit?
Okay.
I guess. I guess to us it was like this earth-shattering like thing that happened. And
Yeah.
like, I guess maybe.
No, it doesn't know. That's okay. Don't
It's
worry.
okay. Yeah, I mean.
Nothing.
I thought
wrong with that.
I thought maybe you just didn't hear us say it, but
Yeah.
I guess some people don't know. But like, it's not like I don't necessarily have a problem either way. I think it's like people be smart enough to know that nothing excuses what he did one way or the
Yeah.
other. You know.
So, but leave us your comments. Let us know what you think about the topic. Should Chris
he was the
Benoit
main eventer.
be left in, or should he?
we know
be edited
definitely
out?
one episode of Raw that will not be in it.
Yeah.
Before they
Hey,
knew what.
How long ago was my sense
Benoit?
of time
How
is
long?
skewed?
2006,
2000 what?
8?
Nah, not 8.
No,
7?
6 maybe.
7, 6, somewhere around there. It's been a while.
It's been a little while.
When
but
did
not so
Benoit
long.
die?
He was supposed to be in Beaumont for a show, right?
You mean when did Eddie?
Oh, Guerrero. Yeah.
Guerrero.
Sorry.
Double murder suicide. He murdered his wife, his child, and then committed suicide.
Yeah.
So tough stuff.
Yeah.
And that's when steroids and stuff came in. They talked
Mhm.
about. Well, I know they talked about before, but that.
Well, not
a
just
lot-
steroids, but also like concussions and
Yes, concussions.
like chair
definitely.
shots and
Chair shots to the head.
repetitive bumping, like what all that shit does to your brain. And
Yeah.
I mean, there's an argument to be made for that kind of stuff, and I'm not qualified to make it, so I'm not. I'm just gonna say that. For the people who are like, "Oh my God, you can't erase history," like I can see both sides of this. You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
We don't want this to be part of our company. and
right.
We don't want anyone to, you know.
But yeah,
Bring
like I
that
was
up.
saying, they won't show that episode before they knew what happened. They had like a tribute show, the
Yep.
whole Raw. Everybody was talking
I've still
about
got it on a VHS somewhere.
it. Wow. Yeah, they won't show that on the WWE network.
No.
But I would like to find that
Yeah,
video.
I have
Watch
to,
it.
have to look for it. But you know, speaking of Benoit, the upcoming or just released HBK Mr. WrestleMania DVD been released. You know, showcasing all of his greatest matches from WrestleMania, but they excluded the WrestleMania 20 match featuring Benoit. So just a little tidbit of information to have on there. Apparently, it's been reported that WWE is trying to bring back Stacy Keibler. And there's even rumors of Hall of Fame inductions.
As a wrestler or just. Or...
No word. Just maybe bringing her back to induct her into the Hall of Fame. Which, if that's the case, I would wait a couple more years. But if you're bringing her back to actually, you know, be a manager type thing like she used to be, yeah, sure, I'm all for it. But there are plenty of, you know, there's still a few women.
Keibler and Tori Wilson.
No,
I miss her.
there
I
are
miss
there are a few women that they could still induct before
What
they get to
specifically
Stacey.
do you miss about them?
They're
Bra and
hot.
panty
They're hot.
matches.
I liked them.
that
Well,
now?
you know they weren't the best wrestlers,
give me
but
that.
I didn't at that time. I didn't give a shit. Hey,
Doug's stealing the camera.
Talk to us about Tori
Yeah. No, Tori
We're
Wilson.
talking
go
to the
ahead.
microphone
Yeah,
about
get in
Tori
the
Wilson.
microphone.
Come over there and get in
Talk
the
about Tori
microphone.
Wilson. This is Noah's
You gotta
time.
let
Noah's
people
time to
know
shine.
what's going on.
Noah, say something stupid.
I've just seen pictures of Tori Wilson, and she's hot.
You're like flabbergasted over
So, well, I don't know.
Who's hotter, Tori Wilson or Gail Kim?
Hey, that's tough. Tori Wilson or Gail Kim.
Punched you right in the fetish, didn't I?
Oh, I hate you so much.
What's it called? Gail Kim or?
There is no fetish involved.
Total fetish.
I just on looks, I will go with
Gail
Gail
Kim.
Total fetish. Anywho. But yeah, so WWE possibly trying to bring back Stacy Keibler.
Like I said, I didn't think that. Well, for me remembering, I didn't think they were that good of a wrestlers.
She
Tori Wilson
participated.
did, but not Stacy.
Where's Tori Wilson coming from?
I just threw it out there.
Well, I know this, but why?
Because I
The
wanted
talk
to.
is about Stacy Keibler.
You talk about Stacy Keibler, you gotta throw in Tori Wilson. I'm just throwing that out there.
don't
And
have
Sable
to.
while we're at
Are you
it.
really playing bingo while you're trying to film? Are you
Oh,
really
shit,
checking
no.
Facebook while you're?
Oh my gosh!
You're not even looking at what you're recording.
I am. Look, you say I see you. Let me see my tab.
Get on with it.
You'll get it back when we're done.
Let me turn it off at least.
So, Doug, what are your thoughts about the possibility of Stacy Keibler coming back?
I told you I need to turn it.
It's dumb, but I mean, it's even more so dumb to get like up in arms about the WWE Hall of Fame because it's whatever they want it to be,
Which is why we're not going. So,
right?
anyway, for those of you who have not heard, Sin Cara, aka Mystico, has signed with the WWL, the World Wrestling League in Puerto Rico. So we won't get to see Mystico versus Rey Mysterio.
He's also, I think he's also filing suit for rights to use the Sin Cara name.
Why not just go back? Oh yeah, didn't you say Mystico is being used backward?
CMLL like made another Mystico when he left.
So what would he be? I mean, they would make a new character for him, I guess.
Would not be Mystico or Sin Cara.
Uncara. I don't know.
Damn.
But
They get
yeah, tough break on that one. But yeah, so we won't get to see Sin Cara versus Rey Mysterio. One other thing, Kurt Angle is being reported looking to be in pretty bad shape. There was a photo taken of Kurt in a wheelchair, and people were questioning on whether he's awaiting like surgery or if it's storyline or what. Have you guys heard anything about that?
I
Have
saw
you-
the
have y'all
one of
seen
the pictures, but other than that, I didn't.
Yeah,
Well, the thing is, he like desperately needs knee surgery,
yeah.
and they want him to work locked down because they want him to have a cage match with Ethan Carter.
So that he can do his moonsault off the top like he normally does and further injure himself.
Oh my gosh, he's breaking down.
He needs to stop doing that.
I
So,
love Kurt Angle, I really do, but
yeah. So, but for those of you who watched Impact last week, MVP being revealed as the new investor for TNA. What role do you think he'll play? Do you guys think he'll have any any ring action?
I think it's fucking weird. Like, why would you bring like a guy? Why are you smiling?
No, don't worry about it.
it's funny with his glasses on.
Superstar.
I think it's weird for him to be like a financial like investor and a wrestler at the same time.
Yeah.
Obviously, a conflict of interest.
Yes.
And he has the power to fire people apparently because he was like anybody they interferes in the main event like last week. He's like they're fired, or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's totally fucking.
I mean,
weird.
is he like a majority investor? Like, does he
Apparently.
own 51% of the company or something?
Apparently,
Or-
apparently, they've ran the business so bad in that place that a former mid carder in WWE can afford to take it over.
Man, he's been wise with his money, right? Well, he did get the largest contract SmackDown had ever offered anyone. We recall with Teddy Long. We can thank him for that, playa.
Holla, holla.
Yeah, so I guess we'll have to see how that plays out. Samoa Joe next in line for a title shot, and it looks like we're getting the return of that vicious Joe that we all knew and loved when he
I
first.
hope. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's been a long time.
Look what Noah came over here just to show me this.
Let me see.
He was like, I take that back. I'm gonna have to go with Tori Wilson.
thanks Noah. Thanks for interrupting the show to show us a side boob of Tori Wilson.
Let me see. No, let me
It's
get
not
on
the
film.
same position.
We get on film. Gail Kim. He likes
There you
Gail
go.
Kim.
Yeah, he does. This show is now no longer for young children.
Never had.
They are now becoming men. So yeah. So do
Or
you guys
young women.
or young women? Yeah, that's right. So what do you guys think about this vicious returning Joe? Do you guys are for it, or what are your thoughts on Joe in general?
Love Joe.
Yeah.
Love Joe.
I've always loved Joe. I just hope that they go with it. I don't know. I just feel like they may not. I don't know.
Yeah. Good stuff. You all right there? Tired? Round 3 for that guy. So
He's being a bitch.
he is. He has one job and he's passing it on to you. So, although you could be the bitch because you're taking it.
Oh, God.
Oh, bad stuff. So time to go into the Q&A portion of the show. Your questions, our answers. First question coming to us from Thomas. Drop it low, son.
Drop it low, son. Drop it low, son.
Saying, hey, fellas, so I do...
What is that noise?
It's Tyler's phone.
It's someone's
Fucking
calling.
silence that.
Who's calling you?
It's on vibrate, Joe.
Oh, it's Daryl. Okay. Saying, hey, fellas, so I do quite a bit of online shopping on Amazon and recently on eBay, but I've recently looked back and saw some of the stupid stuff I've ordered over the years. So I'll ask, what do you think is the stupidest purchase you've ever made, either online or in person?
I don't know. I buy senseless shit all the time.
I've gone to like Walmart at 2:00 in the morning and was like, oh, look at this DVD. And then I go into like just the most random part of the store and I'm like, oh, I need that. And I never use it. So,
I collect action figures and, DVDs and all that stuff. And, oh, you want it? Okay. So it was about, motherfucker. It was about, what was it? Target. It was about to close. And I was like, you know what? This may be stupid to people who are not into this, but I was like, I want a Lego minifigure.
yeah,
So I just went to Target and I got that.
very cool. How about you, Doug?
I bought a life-size Daniel Bryan stand-up thing, cardboard stand-up in the past year.
I remember you you talking about that, how
That's pretty dumb.
how the landlord was giving you some odd looks.
Well, like,
something.
obviously, they ship it like folded in half in a plastic bag, but not covered. So there's like half a naked man, like covered, like just shipped like this. And they obviously didn't fit in my box, so they delivered to the office in my apartment complex, and they're like, "Oh, hey, this thing came in for you."
That's awesome.
So yeah, I was just like, "Oh yeah,
Very
that's
cool.
my half naked man.
Yeah, that is yours. It is yours. You still have it?
It's my half naked man."
Yeah.
Some of the another crazy thing I bought is Blockbuster was going out. I was, and then I bought this. Yeah.
Velvet ropes.
Velvet rope, those poles with the velvet ropes. Yeah, I
Yeah.
bought those.
Yet to use them though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I haven't done that. I also bought a barber chair.
We can bring those
Oh,
velvet
he's got
ropes.
all kinds of stupid shit. He's got a barber chair. He's got a unicycle. He's got like
Yes.
any fucking thing you can think of.
I'm not even that good at the unicycle either.
That's because you never use it.
He doesn't
I tried
use.
and I ran to the
he
wall.
doesn't use any of them.
And there's
You
tire marks.
practice
There's
to get
tire
better.
marks up the wall. Okay. That barber chair, which Noah likes. We went to a.
They're not gonna hear it.
They're not gonna hear it.
You have to talk into the mic.
These
what's
kids are
the thing
marks
where-
for
what's the
themselves.
type of
Every time
show-
they talk, they turn the camera to themselves.
What's the type of show
I
where
do
like
that,
they
dude.
sell those storage units and all that stuff?
Storage
Storage
wars.
wars.
Yeah. Well, we went to one of those important H's, and my dad knew a lady who bought one of the storage units, and they had a barber chair, and I was like, "Hey, I'll buy it off you," and she let me
How much did you pay for that chair?
30,
honest.
35,
35.
35 or 45.
I
One of
don't
those.
know about that. That's
I like that chair.
too much.
I don't know. It's just like regular like office chairs are pretty expensive.
Yeah, that's true. So next question coming to us from our buddy John. Actually,
What about you, Noah? Did you buy anything stupid?
Yeah, what's the weirdest thing you've ever
You got to
bought?
talk to Mike.
Make sure you're talking to the mic. And watch where you're aiming.
Sorry. I can't really think of the weirdest thing. I mean, I bought some books that I've regretted.
Yeah.
So
Noah's too
But-
guarded to say anything like me or Tyler would.
Tell us about the porn stashes and all that.
Condoms.
Condoms.
I don't.
eBay.
No,
You don't buy
No, but-
condoms?
not off of eBay.
Not even like the Darth Vader, Luke, I will not be your father.
No.
So where do you get your condoms?
Noah told me he got a
Got a what?
I was gonna make a joke, but he looks really flustered about it.
What were you gonna make a joke of? Go ahead.
Something I don't know.
Too late now.
Well, now I want to know. So Oh my gosh.
You want me to?
Yes.
I'll make up a joke. I don't know.
Oh, never mind. Well,
Noah told me he won a auction for used panties the other day.
what?
So,
No, I did not.
You totally did.
Was it edible?
No, they were not.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
There you go. They were just regular panties.
That's right.
So, next one coming to us from John saying 2 quick questions. One, what is your favorite / best wrestling match that you've seen? Just the first one that pops into your head. The one that usually pops into my head when asked this question is the SummerSlam steel cage match between Brett and Owen. So, best match that comes to your head. Go, Tyler.
Oh, fuck sickles. I know this
Just
is
first
recent.
match that
Okay,
you like.
okay, this is
Go.
recent. CM Punk and John Cena.
Money in the Bank 2011. Doug.
that's a good one. I don't know. I have no fucking clue.
Okay. I'll go Undertaker HBK WrestleMania 25.
Oh, we were there live for that.
Yeah, y'all were. I was not.
Man, I have no idea. If you are going with recent matches, like
That just
Any
popped in my
match.
head because it was recent.
Austin versus Brett WrestleMania.
I don't know that I could single out a match, even off the top of my head.
Okay.
Oh, Noah has one.
Noah has one. Elimination Chamber match.
Don't turn your
What?
back.
Elimination Chamber, or just any match?
Any match. What comes to your
What do you have
Any
in mind?
match.
You have
the,
a
the
favorite
Cena
element?
Rock one. The first time, I don't know. I love the hell out of
Oh,
that
I
one.
thought you were going to say Kevin Nash versus one of the X Division guys.
No. I really like that Cena Rock one. Whenever I was there,
Yeah.
you guys, I was like all
27?
lively and getting into it.
WrestleMania 27.
So yeah,
Okay.
I
But you were
enjoyed that
impressed
match.
with Kevin Nash being the Royal Rumble, huh?
Yeah.
By the way, he loves Kevin Nash.
Hey, I like Kevin Nash.
Are you going to go to Booker T's Reality of Wrestling on February 15th and go see Big Sexy Kevin Nash?
Probably not.
Oh.
So-
He's been with
Some fan.
You have the shirt that says the Big Sexy
I'm a little
Tour.
low on cash. So.
Nah, whatever.
Are you part of the Big Sexy Tour? He has the Big Sexy Tour shirt.
Cool.
It doesn't say big sexy.
He does.
No, it doesn't.
He does.
No, it doesn't have the shirt.
So, second question.
Totally says big sexy on it.
Second question from John from Nightmare Pro Wrestling saying, which member of the Shield are you more a fan of? I'm a fan of them all, but I tend to like Seth Rollins based on his timing and his moveset. Looking forward to hearing your answers. Great show. Keep up the great work, you guys. Thank you very much. We certainly appreciate you listening. And by the way, the pictures are coming for the poster that we're gonna have made.
The thing.
Yeah, the thing over there. So what's your favorite member of the Shield?
It has to be Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
Okay, I've seen a few things when he was John Moxley, and I liked him. He's just a brawler, but and I like his expressions and stuff. And I remember when Doug introduced, or when he showed me the video, the one I saw, he sounded like the Joker.
Yeah.
But
That boy Craig.
Seth Rollins, he's all right. I'm not a humongous fan on him, but I don't hate him. And I guess I'm slowly liking Reigns, but
Yeah.
I would pick Ambrose.
Yeah. You don't like Rollins for his voice?
Oh yeah, I like that part. I forgot about that. Yeah.
How about you, Doug?
I guess I'm most like naturally drawn to Ambrose.
Mhm.
I don't know. I think dude, get out of my face. I can see you like peripherally, and it's
getting
like get out of my face.
He's licking his lips too.
Tyler likes that. You go focus on Tyler.
He's gonna go and I filmed him.
I don't know. I'm coming around on Rollins. Like I was never a big Tyler Black fan. I never saw what the big deal about him was, and that's so fucking distracting. I can see you fucking playing off of this shit. I never saw what the big deal was. He kind of got like a mini scale version of what Bryan's getting now with when everyone thought he should have won the Ring of Honor world title like
Right.
way before he ever did, and people were like, he's the fucking uncrowned champ. He's the guy who they should have it on. I never saw what all the fuss was about. Not that he was bad. It's just like I didn't get it. Like what was so special about him. I think he's certainly turned my impression of him around to actively liking him. But I think I'm most naturally drawn to Ambrose.
Mm-hmm.
But shit, I mean, Reigns has been really impressive too.
Yeah.
So.
I'd probably agree with Ambrose. Just coming in to the group, whenever I started finding out all of his past work, I was really digging him. I like the awkward, quirky stuff that he does. But Reigns is definitely growing on me as well. I'm not taking anything away from Rollins either. I like all three very much, but I'd probably say Ambrose at the moment. So there you go. Thank you for the questions. We certainly do appreciate it. Make sure to submit your questions by going to our YouTube page, WNS Video, also our Facebook page, WNS Podcast. You can also check us out on WrestlingNewsSource.com, WrestlingNewsSource.com on Facebook, and subscribe to us on iTunes by searching Wrestling News Source Podcast.
We're also on Beyond Pod. Search Wrestling News Source Podcast. We're also on Twitter at WNS Podcast, and for the main site, WN Source. Doug's turn.
Doug's turn. What is it?
Stitcher, go over there.
Go over there.
Y'all are fucking weirding me out.
Wrestling News Source Podcast. And for the podcast crew, I am Daniel Herron.
I'm Tyler Abear.
I'm Doug.
And we'll catch you all next week.
Peace out.